Do you honestly think that humans are going to seriously get rid of dogs entirely? We have far too great of an emotional attachment to them.
So you're gonna act like it's a ridiculous claim despite the fact you're gonna kick the bucket way before people get rid of their dogs as if it happens?
Those are the words of a dog defender, posted on an older video. I have said this before, but the dog nutter's defense of the dog is entirely based on the emotional attachment they have with these creatures. If a serious plan to cull all dogs in the interest of public safety were ever proposed, how would they object?
Objection. There are dogs that have helped people in many different ways. Whether it's working dogs, therapy/service dogs, dogs that save human life. But most dogs aren't working dogs. And most people aren't firefighters. Also, non-working dogs have brought their owners happiness and made their lives fulfilling, something that your ignorant ass doesn't understand. So yeah, try pulling that one out of your ass.
Of course, as we know, they are quick to invoke the working dog, but as has already been well established, and as should be widely accepted in the first place, the vast majority of dogs in existence are not working dogs. And of those that are, it's not as if we don't have superior technological alternatives. And even when we don't, dogs are only so effective. They have a pretty significant failure rate in point of fact.
It appears that I have spoken too soon. So I guess I have to somewhat repeat it. Normal pet dogs have brought in joy to their owners, and have enlightened their lives. Like, why do you think they're popular pets? A lot of people like them. And no, just because you and your allies dislike them, doesn't mean it's wrong. Some people dislike snakes, yet that doesn't stop snake owners from getting joy from their snakes. Some people dislike tarantulas, yet that doesn't stop tarantula owners getting enlightened by their tarantulas. It's not like we have superior technological alternatives. Yet, people still use dogs, so what should that tell you? Also, the failure/success rate of dogs is more or less 50-50. And the reason why some dogs fail is due to lack of research, health complications, etc.
As for this point about, quote, removing beloved pets from people who care deeply for them, this is nothing short of an emotional appeal. Whether people have an emotional attachment to something which has a detrimental effect on the general public or not is immaterial.
If it's immaterial, then why are you comparing dogs to wild animals and fucking serial killers in the next section?
If we lived in a world where lots of people owned black bears, hyenas, or Komodo dragons as pets instead of dogs, the fact that people say they care for them would have no bearing on the fact that their ownership endangers others.
Now, this comparison is just bad. 1, those animals are a lot stronger, have a more powerful bite force, and are overall more dangerous than a dog. And 2, those animals are a lot harder to manage, considering those animals are wild, and that dogs are domesticated. That's just the thing. 1 is domesticated, the other 3 are wild animals. And yeah, I get that there are irresponsible dog owners, but to actively pretend that there are no responsible ones is just being blatantly dishonest.
If you were to ask the mother of any serial killer what she thinks about her son, she will likely answer with something like,
"Oh, but he's the nicest serial killer you will ever meet.
He's so misunderstood."
Wow, an even worse comparison. Dogs are not comparable to serial killers because dogs are a species of animal where most of them do not harm people, while serial killers, on the other hand, are people who have at least killed a person. Did I even need to say it?
Not all dog owners are like this. That is not lost on me. But once again, enough dogs and dog owners are causing problems, that it is just better if no one gets to be a dog owner anymore, and nothing of value is actually going to be lost as a result.
Oh, enough dog owners are bad, so therefore no one should own a dog.
You know, there are good drivers, but enough car crashes happen, so therefore no one should own a car. Sounds stupid, don't it? Well, that's basically the same logic you're using. Like, no one should stop having dogs because of some irresponsible idiots. It's like punishing the whole class because a few kids started to act out.
And, nothing of value will actually be lost.
Says the guy who is biased against dogs and ignores the fact that some people have benefited from dogs. And that's basically just the end of the video. Good night.